For every student that got in inappropriately, that took away a spot from a student who worked hard, studied hard, went to school, took the test, studied for the test, did all the things that we told him or her to do, and that still wasn't good enough.
We've all seen the recent headlines addressing college admission scandals.
People like Lori Laughlin are under the spotlight because they've used loopholes in the college admissions process in order to get their kids into prestigious colleges.
This isn't the only kind of admissions corruption that has happened over the years. Throughout the United States, most high school athletes are held to lower admissions standards when their college applications are considered.
Thousands of hardworking kids from low-income backgrounds are at major disadvantages. They are getting rejected from many colleges because they aren't able to afford college prep programs. Are the acceptances and rejections in the college admissions process really fair? Are they hindering the admissions of hard workers just trying to get a quality higher education? And what, if anything, can the government do to help it?
As high school students, we are constantly preparing ourselves for the future. For many of us, that means getting a quality education. So seeing all of the corruption in college admissions is incredibly puzzling. Are we actually on a fair playing field with the rest of our peers? Every student wants an equal chance at getting into a good college. Is that such an outrageous request?
Any college needs a set amount of money to operate. Because private colleges get most of their revenue from donors, tuition prices fluctuate based on the amount of outside source of revenue. If a private college doesn't get a set amount of donor revenue, their tuition prices go up.
Lori Laughlin.
Lori Laughlin.
Lori Laughlin.
Lori Laughlin.
Actress Lori Laughlin facing new charges in the college admissions cheating case that could land her and her husband behind bars for a significant period of time.
Because private colleges are mainly funded by donor money, there's been a lot of scandals in them and a lot of corruption. An example of this is the Lori Laughlin scandal. Her and her husband, Massimo Giannulli, spent over $500,000 trying to get their youngest daughter into the University of Southern California.
To be a student at USC is a coveted thing, and it's disappointing knowing that the school that I go to could have that sort of corruption, I guess, to allow that sort of thing to happen.
It's definitely brought to the forefront the issues of transparency and honesty and equity in the college admission process.
Another loophole that some would consider unfair is accepting a student based on sports performance. It is common for a student athlete to not be as qualified for a certain college as an academic student would be. On the flip side of this, student athletes spend hours training for their sport. It is like a full-time job. At the end of the day, they have little time to work on homework and other school extracurriculars.
Given the dilemmas, is it fair for an athletic student to get accepted to a prestigious college because of their performance in sports rather than their merit? Most admissions scandals are products of acceptance data obscurity. The federal government could help fight this problem by requiring states to enforce stronger transparency laws regarding college admissions.
With better reporting and transparency from universities to state governments, I think that we could track the status of students applying at universities and make sure that that's in alignment.
Public universities use taxpayer funds, so the government has a responsibility to require oversight.
Private universities also use public money. Many students receive government grants, scholarships, work-study programs, and more.
They should also be required to publicly report their students' admissions data. Tutoring and college readiness programs greatly aid those who can take advantage of them. This is not an option for some, however, considering how expensive they are. A single ACT prep class can cost up to $900. Having the same exposure to these programs would help a lot of lower-income students be better prepared to get into colleges that best fit them.
That's a huge advantage. If you go to a good suburban or a private high school, it's coaching for tests. That's legal. It's help writing your essay. That's legal. The entire system is full of advantages for the wealthy.
We think our president could do a lot to help with this specific problem.
In order for our American high school students to have a better 13th grade opportunity, our public schools need more state and federal funding in order to support programs and buy study materials.
That way, our students can be better prepared for the standardized tests required for college admission. In many states, education is not funded nearly as well as it should be. Oklahoma. Proper funding for our high schools is a necessary factor in making sure that every student has their best chance at getting into a great college.
We have a lot of programs in place for students who come into college to make sure that they are both academically ready and financially ready to take on kind of the burden of 4 years of school.
As high schoolers, we don't have the power to wipe away all the corruption in the college system. We're simply here to raise awareness for the issue. It's not a simple problem, and it's been here for a long time.
We hope that our new president takes big steps to level the playing field in college admissions.